Greetings from Kaukauna, Wisconsin. High school football is on the air. It is our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. I am Joey D alongside Dick Napinski, and tonight we've got Fox Valley Association action between the Kimberly Papermakers and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. And let's bring in my broadcast partner here, Dick Napinski. And Dick, first of all, can you believe it? This is it for the regular season.
Isn't it something? Yeah, and it's still nice. Usually by week 9, we're wearing everything we own, watching snow and rain coming sideways at this point. So to see this is super. And what a great night for football. It's a perfect, crisp October night for high school football.
It really is. And an undefeated season is on the line. Let's talk about the visitors first of all. Kimberly coming in at 8-0 overall, 6-0. In the Fox Valley Association. This is a community that's gone through a lot in the last 2 weeks or so. And the team still, they're fighting through all this resilience. And Coach Steve Jones has yet another undefeated season on the line here.
Has the big ones out of the way. Tough game against Appleton North. Won that one, beat Fond du Lac. We saw them a couple weeks ago on the video stream against Oshkosh West. Handled them easily in the downpours there at Titan Stadium. So they're doing everything right, and it looks like they're getting their starting quarterback back tonight in Caden Pendleton, and that'll be a big step, the senior back at the controls for the Papermakers.
That was going to be my next question to you. How big is that to get one of your leaders back here in offense? He had to miss last week with a strain in his ankle.
Yeah, well, and Seth Myron did a great job filling in. Seth, as a junior, came in, didn't have to do a lot. You set up, hand off to the running backs, throw the passes when you need it, and he made it work. And so they're unbeaten. This is a big rivalry game. This is the one you want to win, but they know they've got a lot more coming up in front of them.
As for Kaukauna, 6-2 overall, 4-2 in the Fox Valley Association. Back-to-back wins, Neenah and Appleton East. What do you expect from Kaukauna here this evening?
Well, the big thing for Kaukauna, a couple things. First of all, they have to figure out a way to control line play. Kimberly has a bigger line on both sides of the ball. How is Kaukauna going to handle that? And you have to have a semblance of a running game. The Ghosts like to throw the ball. They're very, very good at it. You've got Carson Sipple on the outside. But you have to figure a way to get some balance in the offense if you want to hang with Kimberly tonight.
And it is senior night here this evening for Kaukauna. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who make this possible. Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, the Hawks Nest, and new one, rolling over your 401k, changing jobs, or planning retirement. Matt Vandenboom and Mike Verstegen can help. They are certified financial planners serving businesses and families in the Fox Cities. Contact Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management today. 560-5600 or online at vvwealth.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its affiliates. So we will take a quick break and hear from some of our sponsors, and then we'll come back and we'll have all the action for you. Last game of the regular season here tonight. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe and send us a message on there as well. Let us know where you're listening in from. It is Kimberly and Kaukauna. It is coming up next.
My name is Mike Pastorelli, and I am the auto buying specialist for Fox Communities Credit Union. I just really enjoy helping people and make sure that they get the best bang for their dollar when they're walking into a car lot. I've met members at car dealerships and helped them sit down with the salesperson, whatever you need me to do. It's exciting. Buying a new car, getting it home for the first time. They know that they got the most car for the monthly payment that they wanted to spend. We help make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
After tonight's game, get the gang over to the Hawks Nest for some wings and pizza. The new Anytime menu is available 6 a.m. to close. Be sure to try their delicious Friday night fish fry. Oh, and there's free breakfast every Saturday morning, 8 to 11. Check out the newly renovated Riverside patio and stage with live music weekly with local and national acts. And a private dock for all you boaters. The Hawks Nest, 1621 West Main Street in Little Chute.
What is the mark of a true builder? At Myron Construction, we believe it's in the details. It's the strong sense of commitment to the people and places in which we work. the more than 100 years of experience we bring to every project site. It's our labor force, 1,200 strong, our investment in cutting-edge equipment and technology, and our commitment to exceeding expectations. Most of all, it's our passion for bringing dreams to life. This is building excellence.
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Nice rendition of our national anthem as we bring it back here to our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. Joey D and Dick Napisky with you. Man, what a game we have here tonight. It is Kimberly and Kaukauna, and also big deals. We got to tell you about that, hosting their biggest auction yet. It is coming up Wednesday, October 27th. Big deals putting on the auction block. Toro Titan zero-turn lawnmower with My Ride suspension from Evergreen Power, the home of the money-back guarantee. And your bid could win you this amazing lawnmower valued at $6,800. The Big Deals auction with Toro and Evergreen Power. Count on us. Online bidding begins October 27th at 6 a.m. with the winning bid awarded at 6 p.m. So head to thescorewi.com as you already have if you're watching this and click on the Big Deals button for more information. All right, last moments of this, and a big night in so many ways, both for Kimberly trying to stay undefeated. You got senior night here for Kaukauna. Both teams have made the postseason, but this still could affect things.
This could affect things. It's all about seeding now because WIA will start to look. We know what teams tonight will be in, and then the seeding starts to take place. Who goes where? Where do you play? Do you get a home game? Do you get a road game? Especially for Kaukauna, that could make a big difference whether you get a home game first round or have to go on the road if you can pull one out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as Kaukauna, victories over Schwabenon and Green Bay Southwest to start. Lost at Appleton North 27-7. Back-to-back wins again, Oshkosh North, Oshkosh West. Then lost at Fond du Lac 38-14. And then back-to-back wins again, Neenah and Appleton East. So, I mean, literally just bouncing up and down all season long, just kind of trying to learn your team. But, yeah, they come into this one with a couple of wins and guys being announced right now.
Yeah, and that win against Neenah, Joey, that was a big one for them because you had a couple of teams very close in the standings at that point. The Ghosts came out, controlled that game. They come out and set the tempo all the way through and took home a big win. And now Neenah's the team that's fighting for its playoff chances. Other big game in the conference tonight, Oshkosh West and Fond du Lac. Both of those teams at 3-3 and 4-4 overall. Winner of that one guaranteed to get in. The second place finisher tonight in that game gets to wait for the criteria to see if they get into the playoffs.
The rest of the action tonight, it is Appleton East and Neenah. Oshkosh North against Appleton North. It is Fond du Lac and Oshkosh West. Kind of a down year for Fond du Lac. Did that surprise you?
Well, they've gone through some things. Of course, Steve Jurgensen, the younger, stepped away from the program after a couple of weeks. And so they've had an assistant coach there. They lost some games, lost that tough game a little bit earlier, against some players, some teams they shouldn't have lost. And so that makes a big difference. It's just getting into the rhythm of a season. And that's what Kimberly is so good at. They get into the rhythm of a season. They have a plan. They have a program that they follow. And Steve Jones makes sure that team, look, every game is a new game. Don't be looking ahead. Don't worry about what happened before. Can't fix that. Whatever happened, let's worry about the right now.
Both of these teams recognized in the state of Wisconsin in the latest polls in Division I. Kimberly ranked second behind a very good Franklin team. Also in there, Appleton North at number 7, Bayport at number 9. And then in Division II, you got the Pier at number 3, but then Kaukauna, they're at number 7. Those are two of the teams here in Division II. Division III, Luxembourg Casco is ranked number 2, undefeated at 8-0. Menasha at 6-2, they are 6th. Nobody locally, Division 4. Division 5, Amherst. Nobody Division 6. Lourdes Academy, 6th, and Hilbert 7th in Division 7. And then St. Mary Catholic 4th in 8 players. So a lot of good football as we head on into the postseason. And I see a horse.
Yeah, this is one of the
There's
best.
a live horse on the field.
This is one of the best traditions, I think, in high school football, any place in the state, maybe in the country. The game ball coming out with the galloping ghost of Kaukauna.
Here we go, Gary Burleski. I hope that you get that. He is our cameraman here tonight. And here comes the game ball. And there it goes. I still get chills seeing that. That's really cool. That is so cool. Just hands it off to the referee.
And now you want to get the horse off the field before the horse does horse things out there. Yeah,
that's
just,
exactly
yeah.
what I was thinking. Oh, that's hilarious. Love it. We are about ready to go here, and it was Kaukauna winning the toss, and they deferred to the second half, so Kimberly will get the football first. The referee's wanting them to get out there, but you got to get that horse off, too.
Yeah, when they say a team has a real horse, that's not usually what they mean.
Here we go. It is the final high school football regular season game. Man, what an atmosphere it is here tonight. Jam-packed right here in front of us with Kaukauna. Look at everybody coming from Kimberly.
Well, we saw it before the game, before 6 o'clock, before the gates opened. They had about 40 people lined up outside the gate, the auxiliary gate for Kimberly fans to come in. They want to get their seats.
And it looks like they couldn't let everybody in. There's people lined up right now outside the fence.
Oh, it's high school football. People stand on the fence line. That's the way it works.
Oh, it is so good to have football back this season. Short kick. And did Kaukauna jump on it? I think they did. I'm not sure if that was the plan, but Kaukauna is going to have the football first after botched. That wasn't an onside kick.
That was intentional. Kyle Seafelt did that intentionally. Pop it up, put it in a spot. You don't expect that. You're setting up your return team. Here's the blocking scheme and so forth. All right, the guy turns around suddenly. There's the ball. It's a live ball once it goes 10 yards. Great move by Kaukauna to start off.
Man, I couldn't tell if that was on purpose or not. Oh, boy. What a way to start this game. So they will have it first on the 35-yard line. And again, the quarterback, Finley Dorio. Scrambling, he gets hit, has to get rid of it. In there, in pursuit, Brady Fulser.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big thing of the game tonight, Joey. How do you give Dorio enough time to get that passing game into gear? You know Kimberly's going to set up a lot of things, try to send some blitzes and so forth. They usually run with a 3-man line up front, which means they open up their linebackers to come in those gaps.
Dorio, 6'1", 165-pound sophomore, coming in on the season with 10 touchdown passes. He can also take off running every now and then. And back to pass, and down he goes. A big-time sack by the Kimberly defense. Sean McGivern was all over him, and that was, boy, I don't know if that was miscommunication on the offensive line, but that looked way too easy for McGivern.
Yeah, Kaukauna trying to set up a screen there to Hunter Natrop, and so it's blocked, let your man go, but Kimberly read it very well. Linebacker slid in, covered Natrop right away. Suddenly, Dorio, no place to go with that pass.
And so it is 3rd down and long. That's what we'll call it. Now back on their own 48-yard line after recovering the opening kick. See if they can make something of it. Going to motion is Garrett Weinberg. He gets the ball and back to pass. He had a man open, but he underthrew him. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and long. He was looking for Garrett Groff. Also out there. Sipple was out there also, but he just totally underthrew McGraw, and it's 4th down, so it's going to be 4 and out here.
Well, you can see Kaukauna they've got the trick play bucket. They're going to be digging into that tonight. Great idea, just a little bit underthrown by Weinberg. Groff had gotten behind the D-back.
So we'll see what happens here with the special teams. The opening kickoff went straight up in the air. Kaukauna recovered it. See if they just kick this one away. Indeed they do. Wildis with the fair catch, and Kimberly gets it for their first possession, and they will start on their own, looks like about their own 17-yard line with 10:58 remaining here in this first quarter. Again, you couldn't make something out of getting that opening kickoff.
Had the opportunities, but Kimberly came right out, and Kaukauna with the passing game, they know Kaukauna has not run a lot this year, so they're going after the quarterback and cover up those receivers. But here, Caleb Pendleton back at quarterback after a week out.
Yeah, had a mild foot sprain last week, and so Coach Steve Jones holding him out. Here's the handoff to Oberman. Spins his way across the 20 to about the 22-yard line, so a positive pickup on the first play of the game here from scrimmage for Kimberly.
Big thing for Kaukauna defense. Can that line stand up? You've got those guys in the front, Douglas, Knack, Luce, and Tomchuk. Are they going to be able to stand up against the Kimberly offensive line? As we've known through the years, one thing Kimberly produces are some real beefy offensive linemen who know what they're doing up front, and that's going to be a challenge tonight for the Ghosts.
I like the way you put that, beefy. Oberman leads him in rushing, over 112 yards per game, approaching the 1,000-yard mark. But this time, they hand it to Blake Berry. He's their second leading rusher. The Oberman-Berry backfield, one of the best here in Northeast Wisconsin. Will Campbell with the stop. We're going to mention that name a lot tonight.
Will Campbell.
Tell us about Campbell.
Yeah, he's already got 80 tackles so far this year, make it 81. 15 of them against Appleton North. We've got a time called on the sideline here, referee coming over to talk to Matt Binsfeld. And I don't know if there's a warning to somebody on the bench. I don't know if it's stay back out of the zone or if somebody said something.
Huh.
But a warning to the Kaukauna sideline.
All right, well, 3rd down and about 5. Pendleton fires it, and then it's picked off. Will Campbell. I would just said we are going to mention his name a lot, and that is why. This guy can do everything on defense.
Second interception of the year. Last one he returned for a touchdown, but that one, Joey, he just followed the Oberman out of the backfield and said, okay, I'm going to watch the back out of the flat, and lo and behold, you saw the quarterback come down. Pendleton just flared it out, and Campbell just stepped right in front of him.
It will be marked on the Kimberly 12-yard line. So they get it for the second time, this time on turnover. Is fired right across the middle, and it is complete to Sipple. Down to the 5-yard line. Not enough for a first down just yet, but they are approaching the goal line here on the 5, 2nd down and short.
Great play they lined up there. Put Sipple in the middle of, trips off to the left. Then you run him behind the inside receiver. The slot receiver gives him that little bit of an opening. Easy pass to get to Sipple. Just let that guy run. Second place in the 200 at state last year. The boy has speed.
He again lines up in the backfield right next to the quarterback Dorio. Sipple gets it, trying to find some room on the left side, and he ran into a wall, gaining nothing. So it will be 3rd down and short on the 5.
Yeah, you could see that time the linebacker cheating up a little bit. Ethan Doucette, he's the top tackler for Kimberly. Natrop tried to find a spot there but couldn't get anything through it. So it's going to be 3rd and 3.
With 8.5 minutes left to play here in this first quarter, it's already had a lot on the opening kickoff. We just saw an interception. They're trying to cash in on it. Natrop in the backfield. Dorio calling out the plays. Sends a guy in motion. Back to pass. Scrambling, and again, he is sacked. Second time in 2 drives. He goes down, and a big stop there for the Kimberly defense, and the field goal unit is on. Who got him?
Mason Stepanski, yep,
right.
and came flying in, and we're seeing the linebackers right now are hitting the gaps. The big 3 on the front for Kimberly, holding up the blockers. You take that split second, the linebackers picking their gaps, racing toward Dorio, who could not throw the ball away.
It's like about a 32-yard field goal attempt by Seafelt. Maybe 33. Mark that on the 23. So 33-yard attempt, and Seafeld's kick. He's got plenty of leg, and it is good. They cash in on the turnover. 7:26 remaining first quarter. It is Kaukauna 3 and Kimberly nothing on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
I'm Adam Landsver, and I am the Chief Lending Officer at Fox Communities Credit Union. For those that have a mortgage, it's important to review it very frequently. It's at minimum annually. Many of our members have taken the opportunity to cash out some money to put in that backyard pool that you've been seeing down the road, or consolidate debt, or pay off your loan faster to match your retirement. That's why we're here to help, right? We're here to help them succeed financially. End of story.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
And we want to thank all of our fine sponsors who make this happen. It is our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. Joey D and Dick Napinski bringing it to you here tonight. Final regular season game. Kaukauna strikes first, 3-0, capitalizing on the interception by Will Campbell. And this one is going to fly away. That was almost another field goal. The kicking game here from Kaukauna, watching them in practice, my goodness, they got some boots.
Yeah. I've always wondered if you could make that a rule. If you get another point if on the kickoff you kick it through the upright.
I've always thought that they should. But Kimberly will take over. 7:26 remaining here in the first quarter. 3-0 Kaukauna with the lead, and Kimberly will start on their own 20. Handoff going right side. Quick takedown there. Gain of a couple. Oberman, the ball carrier, had a couple carries in that first possession for them. Again, he comes in averaging 113 yards a game, almost 1,000 yards on the ground.
Yeah, nice job by Brandon Van Asten that time, too, coming up from his safety position. He read the play very well, got in behind the offensive lineman, made the tackle.
So it is 2nd down and 7, just under 7 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Well, Kaukauna with the early lead, 3-0. It's big Fox Valley Association rivalry. Bouncing off a couple of tacklers up to about the 25. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. Is that Oberman again?
Oberman and Campbell again.
Okay. Another tackle by Will Campbell. Tell you what, he is something else. He is all over the football field.
Yep. Honorable mention All-State last year, coming in when he had 46 tackles in that short season that everybody played last year, either fall or spring. Kaukauna, of course, had to play all over the place. They played a fall season last year.
Yeah. So it's 3rd down and 5. Clock runs with about 6 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. Back to passes Pendleton. He has to bring it down, and he is taken down. Carter Canuck with the sack. Back inside the 20. Lost about 7 yards, and it's another 3-and-out here for Kimberly.
And for the junior, that's his first sack of the year, too. He just beat the offensive lineman. And you took a look around. Pendleton had no chance to set up and find his receiver.
What a start here for Kaukauna. Clock continues to run with 5.5 minutes, and they're going to get the football back with really good field position.
Yeah, it's important, too. Kaukauna has taken advantage right now, and they're riding emotion. You have to produce some points with all that emotion because Kimberly will make the adjustments as this game goes on. Well, it looks like we've got a flag.
First, we got a false start here called on Kimberly, our first penalty of the game. Back them up a little bit, so now they're going to be punting from their own end zone. And it gives Kaukauna even better field position, and another flag is flying. Same call. Back them up even a little bit more.
I'm wondering if somebody's lining up in the neutral zone, Joey, because to have something like
It's
that,
gotta be, yeah.
I didn't see any movement along the line. Is somebody, or is the center flinching a little bit with the football? If you're the center, you can move the football forward, but you can't start to move it back.
Back-to-back penalties here on Kimberly. Not a very fortunate start for them. Almost blocked. And taking it is Sipple. Nowhere to go, though. He is wrapped up. Nice job by the Kimberly special teams rushing down, but still Kaukauna will get it on the Kimberly 46-yard line with 4:53 remaining, up 3-0.
Yeah, you saw Sipple was trying to, there are a few words. Carson Sipple was talking to the referee. I don't know if he thought he got grabbed by the face mask in there, but it was Blake Berry coming in, doing a nice job. Sipple was trying to get around the corner, use his speed to get to the sideline. Berry did not let him do that, and then he had some help come along with other Papermakers to bring him down at the 47.
So Kaukauna gets the football back after the 3-and-out by Kimberly. And they'll start it inside the Kimberly territory, and wrapped up is Hunter Natrop. Nowhere to go. Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress, so give him a yard. So it will be 2nd down and 9, tackled by Ty Lawton. 2nd and 9 as the clock runs. 4.5 minutes left to play here in this first quarter.
Yeah, what Kimberly likes to do with its defensive backs, they usually start with 5 defensive backs, but some of those guys are going to sneak into the box for the running game to stop and then come out on the short receivers or the guys doing the crossing patterns.
Natrop, the lone running back, in there to block. Dorio going to the air, and he overthrew his intended receiver, Carson Sipple. Oh, man, he wants that one back. That was almost an easy 6. He got the one-on-one here on the near side and should have had 6.
Oh, Dorio put a nice toss on that ball. Good protection by the Kaukauna line. They really held out the Papermakers that time. And, yeah, Sipple, you just send him on as many fly patterns as you want to down the sideline with his speed. And it's interesting, they gave him one-on-one coverage because somebody like Sipple, oftentimes you'll bracket kind of up on top and underneath or inside-outside type coverage.
Their leading receiver, over 600 yards on the season, 6 touchdown catches. Should have had a 7th there.
Yeah, Lawton's got him again, but he's going to do some push coverage right up on the line.
3rd and 9, Dorio to the air, has Sipple pushed out of bounds. Did he get across? He did. He got enough for a first down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, move the chains here for Kaukauna.
Yeah, and that time what Sipple did, and the up-tempo offense from Kaukauna, quick little hesitation and out pattern worked very well for Sipple that time.
Here they come. Dorio, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation, has Natrop standing right next to him. Instead, he throws it over to the flat. He's got his guy. And just bowling over the defense on the far sideline. Noah Hoffman with the catch out of the backfield. Nice drawn-up play and very well executed.
Yeah, and still that up-tempo, and Dorio wasn't ready for it.
And the referees know that the rest of the team wasn't ready.
Yeah, Dorio was looking around. The center said, we're in up-tempo. I'm going to get the ball back to my quarterback just as fast as I can.
Pretty fortunate there.
Oh, it was, too. And I was just about to say, Joey, that's the big hazard in high school running an up-tempo offense. You've got guys who violate the rule be quick but don't hurry.
Yeah.
You start hurrying and your mind starts racing that I've got to do this, I've got to do this. And suddenly you're in the situation where you're not set, you're still in motion, you don't have all your guys set, you don't have 4 in the backfield. And it's tough to run an up-tempo offense on a high school level.
Clock stops with 3:53 remaining here in this first quarter. Backs him up to the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for Kaukauna against Sipple, or Natrop, I should say. A lone setback. Dorio, the sophomore quarterback, fakes it to him, throws it to the right side, and has his man once again coming out of the backfield.
It'll be just a little bit short, but great job because Kimberly was sending a man hard. Stepanski was coming. He shot the gap, but Dorio did a nice job getting rid of that football.
They'll say 3rd down and 1 on the 23-yard line, it looks like.
You got somebody like Hoffman. You set him up with those little swing passes all the time. Suddenly, what you do is build on that. Soon you'll have a play where he'll do that and then dash upfield, try to sucker the defensive back in.
3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far in the shotgun formation, Dorio. And lots of movement on both sides. Was the defense drawn off? It looks like so. Another penalty on this drive. 2 penalties now for each team. And this one coming at a crucial time on 3rd down and 1. Oh, that hurts.
We talked about the nervousness, Joey, that you're in there. We're on a roll. Let's go get it. We've got 1 yard to go. I'm going to fire off. The snap was on 1, right? You know, and those kind of things that you might forget all of a sudden. And you hear the first sound out of the quarterback, and you just fire out because your emotions are running right now.
Backs him up to the 28-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 6 now. Totally changes the play call here, too.
Big advantage for Kimberly here on defense.
Dorio. Sends Hoffman in motion. Looking. Scrambling. Still running. Finds Natrop. And he is chased out of bounds on a play that arrived from the snap. That Kimberly defense was coming right away. And Dorio had nowhere to go.
Yeah, you can tell Finley, he's a good quarterback, has great talent. As a sophomore, though, sometimes you see the onrushing lineman, you have a tendency to hang on to things a little bit too long, and that's what happens, and we're going to have a field goal try here.
I mentioned the kickers here from Kaukauna. This is going to be a 49-yard field goal attempt. Gavin Lum, 49-yarder. It is no good, just to the left. He had plenty of leg into it. Man, if that's just to the right a little bit, that's good by a mile.
Oh, that young man has a lot
Woo!
of leg.
I was watching him attempting beyond 50-yarders in practice.
Yeah. He's a big guy, 6'1", 214 as a kicker. Get a lot of oomph behind that, but we talked about it before, Joey. You had the emotional advantage now for the entire first quarter if you're Kaukauna, but you only have 3 points to show for it.
Yep.
Had a possibility of 21. You only have 3 coming out. Now the defense has to hold once again.
3:33 showing on the clock. Kimberly will have it on their own 20-yard line after the missed 49-yard field goal attempt that was, I mean, just inches away from sneaking through the uprights. I don't think the wind had an effect, but you can see that the flags on the field that are blowing a little bit. This one is complete on the far sideline up to the 35-yard line. Cam Winnick with his first reception, and a good play here in the first play from scrimmage here for Kimberly on this drive.
Yeah, Pendleton did a nice job on that one. Set up, you're on the hash mark over on the right side. Set it up, go back the other direction. The defense was all over toward the Kaukauna sideline. One-on-one coverage way off on the left.
Winnick, their second leading receiver, 500 yards on the season. A couple of touchdown catches as well. He is a big target for Pendleton. Again, missed last week. Pendleton did. Looking pretty good to start this drive. And again, that is caught by, well, this will be Polakowski. Polakowski
Yep,
with the
almost-
catch and another first down.
Almost the same play except to the other side, setting up Owen on that one. And he's a touchdown machine, usually has 9 touchdowns so far this year.
Averaging almost 20 yards a reception. 550 yards now on the season.
And if you're Kimberly, you're trying to spread this defense out a little bit, set up your running game.
1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line, and the give to Blake Berry. Crossing midfield up to the 49, a 6-yard gain. That'll be 2nd down and 4 as we near the 2-minute warning here of quarter number 1 with Kaukauna leading 3-0.
Yeah, Will Campbell in on the stop there again, shed his block nicely, came in, but you could see set up the 2 passes to the outside. Defensive backs have to edge toward the sideline a little bit. Linebackers have to cover more area, opens it up for the running game in Barry.
Right at 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Play call running in a little bit late. Let's see if they can get up to the line of scrimmage here. Got to watch that back judge. Play clock running down. Send a guy in motion. Almost delay a game, but he did get the snap off. Oh, just did overthrow. His intended receiver, Winnick.
And Lucas Ulvery was ball hawking that time. He stepped in front of the receiver. If that pass had actually been thrown between the numbers on the intended receiver, Ulvery had a chance for it, but instead it was thrown high, went through the hands of the receiver.
They had to rush that play, too. And it's 3rd down and 4 on the 49-yard line. 96 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Kimberly trying to get something going. And Barry takes it off the right tackle and not going to get the first. That is really, really short. They place it longer than I thought. It's 4th down and short, though.
Yeah, Brandon Van Asten helping out Campbell on that tackle, coming up from his safety position. But this is a big opportunity for Kimberly. You can open up the playbook here because you have confidence in both the run game and the pass game. And they've got Barry in the backfield with the quarterback, Pendleton.
Man, the stands are rumbling right beneath us. 4th down, Barry takes it. He's got that first down. Diving across to the 42-yard line. Big 4th down pickup for Kimberly.
Well, they say when you get in tight yards, Joey, get your best back behind your best blocker. Well, Kimberly's got a lot of best backs. But Blake Loker, Nick Schwer over there, Evan Verbumen, that left side of the line, got the push they needed. And good job by Barry sneaking through and picking up about 4 or 5 yards.
35 seconds left, so they will have time to run at least one more play here. So we wind down quarter number 1. What an atmosphere here in Kaukauna. Pendleton barking out the play. Pump fake, going deep and got him. It is complete. Polakowski has it inside the 10. And clock will stop with 15 seconds left. They got to move the chains. It will be marked at the 7-yard line. What a play. He just stood back and waited for his receiver.
Yeah, a little zag pattern that time by Polakowski. Took it inside, then cut it to the outside. Defensive back was wondering if the cut was going to come back in. Never did. Great ball thrown that time by Pendleton.
1st and goal on the 7-yard line with 15 seconds left to play. Kimberly trying to get on the board. Pendleton takes the snap. Hands it off. Couple of yard gain. I believe that was Barry again. Inside the, well, maybe right at the 5. And it's 2nd down and goal, and that is going to do it for quarter number 1. Your score, Kaukauna 3 and Kimberly nothing, but the Papermakers are knocking on the door. We'll have second quarter action for you coming up right after this.
The low hum of heavy equipment, the drone of power tools, the swift movement of boots on the ground as craftspeople work safely and efficiently. These are the sounds of an active construction site, the core of our business. At Myron Construction, our teammates carry out the crucial job of bringing our clients' dreams to life. They hold in their hands the tools to make something out of nothing. and build structures that will stand the test of time. Together, we are building excellence.
As we bring it back here to Kaukauna High School, Joey D and Dick Napinski with you. We'll thank all of our sponsors, including Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management, rolling over your 401k, changing jobs or planning retirement. Matt Vandenboom and Mike Verstegen can help. They are certified financial planners serving businesses and families in the Fox Cities. Contact Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management today, 560-5600 or online vvwealth.com. It's 3-0 as we start quarter number 2. But here comes Kimberly. It is second down and goal on their 5-yard line. Pendleton sends a man in motion. Keeps it himself. Finds some room and he scores.
That was Oberman with a direct snap.
And Kimberly is on the board.
You know, that time they set up, they brought Oberman in the quarterback position. Barry lined up to his right, so it was a direct snap to Colin. And he just took it straight through a hole between the center and the guard on the right side.
Well, Oberman's 8, Pendleton's 9, so I'm glad you caught the 8.
Well, Pendleton's also 6'6".
That's true. And the extra point by Zabel is good. And Kimberly takes the lead for the first time here tonight, underway in quarter number 2. It is 7-3 Kimberly. Back after this on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
After tonight's game, get the gang over to the Hawks Nest for some wings and pizza. The new Anytime menu is available 6 a.m. to close. Be sure to try their delicious Friday night fish fry. Oh, and there's free breakfast every Saturday morning, 8 to 11. Check out the newly renovated Riverside patio and stage with live music weekly with local and national acts. And a private dock for all you boaters. The Hawks Nest, 1621 West Main Street in Little Chute.
Back here in Kaukauna, I need to tell you about Big Deals hosting their biggest auction yet. It's coming up on Wednesday, October 27th. Toro Titan zero-turn lawnmower with My Ride suspension from Evergreen Power, the home of the money-back guarantee. Online bidding begins October 27th at 6 a.m. Winning bid awarded at 6 p.m. Head to thescorewi.com. Click on the Big Deals button for more information. As we bring it back here, 7-3 now. Kimberly on the board. Kick taken and a little reverse run, little trickery tried. With the football is Sipple still with it, running all the way across the field. And Kaukauna will start after the reverse. Lots of special team stuff here from Kaukauna in the first half.
Well, Sipple, of course, was state runner-up in the 200. He ran about 200 meters that time all the way across
Yeah,
the
did.
field. Getting that handoff and then backed up a little bit, trying to get around Blake Berry, who was chasing him down, but managed to get to the corner, and decent field position for the Ghosts here. Now they have to establish something on offense. First time they've had a long drive trying to put that together.
Start this one on their own 28. With 11:47 remaining, and another penalty marker is down. False start is called on Kaukauna. That is their third penalty of this first half. Kimberly has 2, but back him up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now.
Yeah, and that's one of the really frustrating things for a coach. Here you are, game number 9 of the season, and you've got guys lining up in the wrong spot and miscommunicating at the line of scrimmage and pushing yourselves 5 yards back even before the play starts.
Dorio, sophomore quarterback, looks things over. Fakes the handoff and just did overthrow Sipple. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Turned him around there in midair.
Yeah, behind Sipple a little bit. I'm wondering if Dorio was trying to throw it between some linemen who had their hands up there for Kimberly, looking for that window to get it to Sipple, and ended up throwing behind him.
11:44 just underway here in the second quarter. Kimberly up 7-3. And again, they rush out of the huddle. Little play action, looking, and again overthrew the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 15. Nolan Hall, the intended receiver.
Yeah, he's another big one. He's just a sophomore, so you figure Dorio and Hall are going to be a major connection in the future years for the Ghosts. But that time, you saw Dorio trying to put a little air under the ball, but Nolan Hall might be a good runner. I don't think he quite has the speed of Carson Sipple, though, and that ball was about 3 yards over Hall's head.
5 games this year for Hall, averaging about 18 yards a reception. 3rd down and 15. Clock stops with 11:39 remaining here in the second quarter. Get a little play action. He finds Sipple up near the 40. Should be good for a 1st down. What a big-time strike from Dorio to Sipple.
And that play, you had Stepanski blitzing once again. When he left his middle linebacker position on the blitz, that opened it up. Sipple was across the middle. Nice job by Dorio, standing in there, getting the ball to the senior receiver, and getting the 1st down.
Huge on 3rd down and long. After a couple of botch plays, it's now 1st and 10 on the 40. About a minute into quarter number 2. Give to Hoffman, and he is wrapped up right away at the line of scrimmage. A whole bunch of white jerseys all over him. Gave him a yard on the forward progress. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, saw Stepanski right in there once again from his linebacker position. He was helped out a little bit. Sam McGivern stepping in.
It is 2nd down and 9. Getting the fake and fired it across, looking for Hall again, and a little bit too low on that throw.
Yeah, a little bit low, and suddenly the umpire got in the way of that one, too. The crossing pattern, the umpire lines up about 7 yards behind the defensive line of scrimmage. And if you're running that crossing pattern, that comes into play. Smart receiver will often use the referee almost as a pick for a defensive back, but Ty Lawton playing good D-back, really glued on Hall that time.
And so it's 3rd down and long again here. 3rd and 9 this time. 10:40 remaining in the 1st half. Having to go through the air, a little screen pass out in the flat. Here comes Hoffman. Still on his feet inside the 30, diving forward, stays in bounds. But what a connection there to Noah Hoffman. And again, back-to-back 3rd down and long pickups.
And again, the perfect call. The blitz that time came from the left side of the Kimberly line. Hoffman came out to the right side for the offense. Had a lot of open field. It was just a matter of Dorio making the throw and Hoffman making the catch and turning on the Jets.
Hoffman only a couple of catches on the year coming in, but averaging almost 27 yards. So every time he touches it, he's just off and running.
Yeah, he had 3 catches against Ashwaubenon for 111.
Looking for Hall again, incomplete. Good coverage in the secondary there by Kimberly.
Yeah, and Nolan that time, it was a good throw. Oftentimes high school receivers will run their pattern and slow down and then wait for the ball. And what Dorio did is he threw where he thought Hall was going to be at full speed. And so Hall ended up reaching out for it just beyond his fingertips.
2nd down and 10 on the 27-yard line with 10:07 remaining in this 1st half. What a half it's been. Hoffman takes it, spin move. And he is wrapped up by Mason Stepanski. Big linebacker there for Kimberly, making the stop at the 24-yard line. So guess what? It's 3rd down again.
Yeah,
Can they connect again?
And I like what Kaukauna's doing here. You're throwing the ball across the middle, forcing the linebackers to hang back a little bit, to stay in coverage, to try to cover up those crossing patterns. But that means you might be able to open up the running game, and that meant the 3-yard gain for Hoffman on that carry.
Third down and 6 this time on the 24-yard line. And the direct snap goes to Garrett Weinberg. And the 6 foot, 181-pound junior backup quarterback might have gained a yard or two, but it's going to be fourth down here for Kaukauna.
Yeah, his best game was early in the season against Ashwaubenon. Ran for 62 yards. He was the starter for much of the season. Dorio stepped into that role as we moved on through the schedule.
So we know they have some legs. Are going to go for it here, though?
It's 4-down territory. You're at the 22. You're down 7-3. Why not? I mean, you're playing one of the top 3 Division I teams in the state. Yep, you take a crack at it.
Here we go. Fourth down and 4 on the 22-yard line, just inside 9 minutes left to play. I think they're trying to get him to jump, and I think that was the plan. Let's do a hard count here. But it is a timeout called by Kaukauna. And you score 7-3. Want to thank all of our sponsors jumping on board: Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, the Hawks Nest, and Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management, and of course our big deals as well. That is coming up. So here we go. It's fourth down. Couldn't get him to jump off sides. You know, it's not a guaranteed 3, but wouldn't you want to put 3 up on the board here?
Well, you're down here now. You're down 7-3. When it was no score, you take the points, get something on the scoreboard. You're 1 for 2 so far in on field goals here. You're probably going to go for it here and just give it a shot. And we see Dorio coming back into the game, and he's talking to Carson Sippel saying, okay, what do you want to do here?
Fourth down and 4, so they can draw him off sides. That would be a first down. That's a long 4, though. That's closer to 5.
Well, I think the defensive coaches have talked to the Papermakers about that. Wait for the football to be snapped.
Dorio, the sophomore quarterback, shakes his left foot, takes the snap, under pressure, and he's got Sippel for 6 more for Kaukauna. That's exactly what they drew up, right?
And you could see it too. What Sippel did very well that time was he ran the defensive back backwards a few yards, then stepped in front of him. That gave the opening for Dorio to get the ball in there. And Dorio, fine job by Finley, standing in there. Another big rush from the Papermakers.
22-yard catch there for Sippel. Puts Kaukauna back on top. Extra point is way good. And your new score with 8:33 remaining here in the first half. It is Kaukauna 10 and Kimberly 7 on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
Back here in Kaukauna, final regular season game of the year. Got a good one for you. That one taken at the ankles. And a nice run back. Kimberly will start on their own 31-yard line with 8:27 remaining here in the first half. 10-7, Kaukauna started that drive on their own 28, and they marched downfield.
Boy, and that's almost bigger than some of the turnovers and everything else when you had a short field. The fact that the Ghosts could take it, sustain a drive, get some big plays on 3rd and 4th down to make it happen here. Big drive for the Ghosts.
They'll start, they will mark it on their own 30. 8:27 remaining. And the handoff goes to the left side. Good for 3 or 4 yards. Will be second down and about 6. I'll mark it on the 34. What a night here tonight here in Kaukauna, jam-packed. I mean, this, you couldn't fit more people in here. This is really, really good to see. There's even people on the outside of the fence watching, and man, oh man, what an atmosphere. High school football on a Friday night in the middle of October, gotta love it. Here's the pass, and it is complete. He's got his guy Cam Winnick. Pendleton to Winnick across midfield into Kaukauna territory at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, they brought Zach Eiding up that time to blitz, and that opened up the spot for Winnick to be in the flat and just turn it upfield for a nice gain.
First and 10 on the 48-yard line. Couple of receivers here to the left side. When it goes in motion. Instead, the handoff to Oberman, and there he goes. Colin Oberman, a 48-yard touchdown run. The quick strike from Kimberly.
That one, Oberman, great job. The hole on the inside was closed off, bounced it to the outside, then just used his speed and outran everybody to the end zone.
That didn't take long. In fact, only a minute, not even a minute and a half off the clock. And a quick strike.
I was just about to say, Joey,
after the slow start, that's the thing.
Yep, for the defense of Kaukauna, this is where it really comes in. You have to bear down and read your keys, and because Kimberly has such a balanced quick strike offense.
And Zabel's kick is good. Your new score with 7:08 remaining here in the first half. It is Kimberly 14 and Kaukauna 10. Back after this.
I'm Adam Landsver, and I am the Chief Lending Officer at Fox Communities Credit Union. Home values have really skyrocketed, and it would just make sense that now would be the time to take a look at your home equity. Having a home equity line in place will always be there for you in case of the rainy day, or you want to start up that business, or purchase that car that you never thought was going to come for sale. To be able to have that security blanket is really critical in someone's life cycle.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Back here in Kaukauna. Kimberly scored on a 70-yard drive that didn't even take a minute and a half off of the board. 7:08 remaining here in the first half. 14-10 Kimberly after the slow start has retaken the lead now as it's gone back and forth over the last about half quarter or so. Huffman takes it, bobbles it a little bit on the 70-yard line. They fake it to Sipple, and Huffman still has it. Down the near sideline, one man to beat. Fighting his way, he's in. Touchdown, Kaukauna. Wow, what a run back. 95-yard touchdown run back by Noah Huffman. And Kaukauna's back out in front. Wow, Dick.
And the great thing that Noah did on 3 occasions on that return is he did not slow down. There was people trying to arm tackle him out there. He went right through that. And then Jackson Wild's trying to bring him down. The stiff arm goes down, and Noah just dives for that end zone and gets in.
Oh, boy, what a game. We still got 2.5 quarters to play. Lines are down. Extra point is easily good. New score, 6:54 remaining here in the first half. It's Kaukauna back on top, 17-14 on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
Wisconsin Savings Bank.
I like this, the bump back music here in Kaukauna. A crazy train here for you.
Well, it's been that kind of game, a crazy train game so far here, Joey.
17-14 is your score. 6:54 remaining here in the first half as that one is sent into the end zone. But what a run back. We were talking there in the break there, Dick. Man, what a run back by Noah.
Well, good blocking right at the point of attack there. Kaukauna set it up well, gave Hoffman the gap. He ran through arm tackles, directed the blocker in front of him. He had a guy to kind of shielded off a few defenders. You saw Jackson Wilds try to catch him. Great stiff arm by Hoffman. And then just it was determination those last 12 yards to get into the end zone.
So it'll be Kimberly once again. Let's see here. Third time, I believe. Yeah, third time they start on their own 20-yard line. Plenty of time to play, though. 6:54 remaining here in the first half. Oberman takes it. Still on his feet. He throws a few stiff arms as well. Stays inbounds after a gain of, they'll give him 4, so it'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, Campbell that time came up from the linebacker position, split the blockers, had a shot at him, just fell a little bit short trying to do the ankle tackle, but what it made Oberman do was go backward for a yard or two, allowed the pursuit to catch up to him and hold that to a gain of 4.
Second and 6 on the 24-yard line as we near the 6-minute mark of quarter number 2. Man, what a game we've had so far. Pendleton gives to Oberman again. Moves left, moves right, still on his feet. Finally brought down across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Good for a first down here for the Papermakers. Few nifty moves there from Oberman.
You give Oberman most of the credit on that run. The hole was there, but then Collins saw inside, shifted inside that hole to avoid the tacklers, and then pulled about 3 guys with him for 3 or 4 yards.
On the 34. New set of downs for the Makers. Pendleton again did not play last week, but looking okay here in this first half so far. Fires it, finds his big tight end. So Abe Coronado.
Yeah, his 4th catch of the year.
I had to look down. You showed me who it was. I'm like, wait a minute, who's that?
Yeah, Abe is mostly a block. He's just a sophomore. Big guy, though, 6 feet, 235 pounds. Turn around and classic tight end. Turn around, get me some yardage, just bull forward after you make the catch.
And enough for a first down. Move the chains again here. So they approach midfield, 47-yard line. Clock runs nearing 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. What a first half it has been. Quick pass here to the near side. He's got Winnick into Kaukauna territory inside the 40. Referee says he stays inbounds at the 36-yard line. But again, another first down pickup here on a quick strike.
And what you're seeing here, Kimberly taking advantage of very soft coverage, offset coverage by Kaukauna. 8-9 yards back to prevent against the home run ball over the top. That sets Winnick up. He runs 3 yards out, just turns around, waits for the ball from Pendleton. It was there, and he ran for another 10 yards after that.
Another first down pickup. Drive that started on their own 20-yard line. Under 5 minutes left to play here in this first half. Kimberly trying to answer. And the give, Blake Berry. Finally brought down inside the 25-yard line, but again, a first down pickup here for Kimberly. They're moving him quite well on this drive.
Yeah, and the key block on that one was by the fullback, the H-back, whatever you want to call him, Isaac Deckant. The junior that time let Will Campbell come upfield, then simply went with him and shoved him out of the way, opening up that hole for Berry.
4:20 and counting here in this first half. For the moment, Kaukauna leads 17-14. Kimberly on the drive. Can they get yet another first down? Can they get yet another touchdown? And they do. Oberman once again into the end zone. And guess what? Kimberly retakes the lead.
That's his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Wow.
And that time, just a nice hole right up the middle. Again, Oberman doing that little shift that he likes to do in the line of scrimmage to avoid the tacklers and then races straight to the end zone.
Third touchdown, and they continue to exchange scores here. How high is this one going to get?
Well, all you have to see is the last 3 minutes of this
Yeah.
half so far. That
And the extra point is good. Just did sneak inside the uprights. New score, 4:05 remaining here in the first half. Kimberly 21 and Kaukauna 17. Back after this.
The projects we construct afford us the opportunity to help those in need in more ways than one. And the momentum we create as a team allows us to make an impact greater than any one of us can achieve on our own. We are part of the community. We are where we live. We are Myron Construction.
Well, Dick, my fingers are getting sore from updating the scoreboard over here.
Well,
Every
it
other
is.
play, we're seeing a score.
and it has been just a wonderful game so far. Kaukauna grabbing the momentum early, and Kimberly, they just have so many weapons that they are tough to stop. And we could be in, but the thing is, Kaukauna has to keep matching them now. You have to make sure that you find ways to move the ball downfield. You've got 2 timeouts, 4 minutes left. See if you can put another drive together here. Of course, another kickoff return.
I was
wouldn't
just
hurt
going to
either.
say, or just run back another one. Little dribbler across the middle. And Sipple will pick it up. Try and make something out of it. And he is shoved out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. So it's just like a kick into the end zone. They'll start on their own 20 with 3:59 remaining. That is plenty of time.
Well, and Kimberly did the smart thing that time. They looked back there, saw Sipple was going to return the kick that time, and said, tell you what, just punch it down the field. It's like that low 5-iron you hit from under a tree. You just kind of dribble it forward and make them figure out where the ball's going to bounce. And Sipple did that. By that time, the defenders could get down there and hold him to the 20-yard line.
I've been under my share of trees, my friend, with my golf balls.
That's why I mentioned that, the punch-out 5-iron.
Yeah, thanks for the memories, Dick. Oh, boy. Firing it across the middle, looking for Sipple, way overthrew him. That was a dangerous throw there by the sophomore Dorio. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Jack Stotts did a nice thing there. He realized that if you come in with a big hit on Sipple, you may get a flag called against you. So it was just kind of a brush as the ball went over the top of Sipple's head.
2nd down and 10 on their own 20. Clock stops with 3:54 remaining as the band starts to move right here in front of us. Jam-packed Kaukauna High School Stadium here tonight.
Senior night, like what they do here. The band members are given a little kudu here. They've got the pictures of the senior band members up on the hurdles. You've got the dance team and the cheerleaders honored at senior night. Everybody who's involved.
Gotta love it. That one again, dangerous pass, almost intercepted. Is it Bailey? Josh Bailey in coverage. Man, I think he wants that one back. That was in and out of his mitts.
Yeah, and that time it was into double coverage. Sipple was bracketed that time, above and below him, running with him on that skinny post pattern. And it was just a matter of Bailey, could he catch up to the football before it hit the ground?
Another big 3rd down here. We've said that a lot here in the first half for Kaukauna. They have converted on quite a few of them. Led to a touchdown earlier. Big one here, though. 3rd down and 10 on their own 20.
You got Sipple and Hall stacked up over on the left side.
Dorio looks things over, steps up. And that one pops up in the air and it's picked off. On the run back, Jack Stats. I do see some penalty markers down, but that came, and another one flying in the air. That one went way up in the air. Stats with the good run back. But obviously there was more than one penalty on that run back.
Well, we saw penalties coming back. Stotts, first of all, did a great job corralling that football at the 48-yard line of Kaukauna and then changing field and running back. But it's going to be interesting here. We saw the 2 flags. That's probably an illegal block on Kimberly. What I saw the last flag coming out, Hunter Natrop was saying something to the official, and suddenly the flag went up. So I don't know if it was associated with that. We're having a conference among the officials here to see what it was. So I'm not sure if Natrop may have been the one who was blocked in the back and had something to say about it. But the fact that you have this kind of conference with the officials tells me there's more than one penalty on this play, Joey.
That last one. Been a while since I've seen an official throw one that high. I mean, that went way up in the air.
Yeah. You know, you do it with emphasis, Joey. You know, that's all.
Coming over to talk with Coach Binsfeld. 6th season on the sidelines.
Yeah, and this is an emotional game. It's a rivalry game. It's the last game of the season. Kaukauna knows they're in this ball game right now. You haven't been blown out. You've been hanging with Kimberly. And, again, emotions are running high, and sometimes – we're talking about 17, 18-year-old young men here where it can get away from you.
Well, speaking of getting away, Dorio, man, he's had a couple of dangerous passes, including that one. It bounced up in the air off of triple coverage by Kimberly. All right. Kimberly, both of them unsportsmanlike and holding.
That's what Hunter Natrop was talking about, saying,
Sure.
Did you hear what that guy said?
Yeah.
You know, and
so it will be coming back instead of being inside the 10-yard line after the interception by Jack Stotts.
And the reason Kaukauna took this holding penalty, which is only 10 yards as opposed to the 15, because the holding penalty is taken from the point of the infraction, which would have been the 31-yard line. If you take the 15 for the unsportsmanlike conduct, you're all the way down from the 5. You're backing it up to the 20. So an advantage for Kaukauna here.
3:32 remaining here in this very exciting first half. And Kimberly will have it on the Kaukauna 41 after the interception by Jack Stotts. And the run by Blake Berry.
And you see Will Campbell trying to wrestle the ball out of Barry's arms on the ground. And this is one where I'm sure the Kimberly offensive line coach is saying, gentlemen, this is the point where you can take control of this game. You can take the momentum and start to impose your will on the Kaukauna defense. Conversely, Kaukauna defensive coach saying, this is where you have to stand up. If you can stop them here, we are right into this ball game going into the half.
Right at 3 minutes left to play. 21-17. Guy goes in motion. That's Polakowski. Instead, here's Berry again. Running over defenders up to the 25-yard line. An 11-yard pickup. Another first down here for Kimberly.
Yeah, and Blake Berry has such great instincts. You saw Max Van Asten come up, dive in there, aim for an ankle, and Berry just kind of high-stepped his way through that tackle, and Van Asten couldn't get a good hold on him.
Coming in, you had the most rushing touchdowns on the team, but that has changed hands with the 3 tonight by Oberman. He takes the lead.
And what I like about Berry is how fast he hits the opening. Offensive linemen give you that gap. He is through it. A little bit different than Oberman, who likes to shift inside that hole a little bit.
1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Handoff working left side. Oberman back into the game, and he is pushed out of bounds by guess who?
Will Campbell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Max Van Asten came up, pushed that play to the outside, which allowed Campbell to flow to it and knock him out of bounds. And if I'm the Kimberly offense now, I start looking, okay, we're running side to side. We're using the running backs a lot here. We can keep that going. Suddenly you throw a pass out of that formation. You look at something, send somebody behind the linebackers in front of the D-backs, and see if you can get a big hitter.
4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 6. Clock stops with 2:08 remaining in this first half. Kimberly looking to add to their lead. It's been a back and forth first half. Glad you could join us on this beautiful Friday evening. Give once again to Oberman. Being chased down by a couple of black jerseys. They take him down. Tackle for loss. It's going to be 3rd down for Kimberly.
Oh, Wyatt Douglas just blew up that play. He got inside of the lineman and got a hold of Oberman's shirt and was not going to let him go until his teammates got there.
See exactly where they mark it. 3rd down and about 7. On the 22-yard line. Got to get up to the 15 for the 1st down. You hear the Kaukauna faithful right beneath us, trying to cheer on their defense. Big 3rd down here for the Makers. Fake handoff, the throw to the end zone, touchdown! Isaac Decken with the touchdown. Kimberly scores again, this time again on a 3rd down.
Oh, and exactly the play we're talking about. You set up, run formation, look for run, look for run. Nobody's looking for Isaac Deckent out there. Deckent has only caught 7 passes this year, but he's caught 2 touchdowns already. And now it's 3 on that little 22-yard pitch, and he got behind the D-back and just kept running. Great throw that time by Pendleton to put it right in the big guy's hands.
Again, capitalizing on a turnover. Kick is up, and it is good. Your new score, minute 15 remaining here in the 1st half. Kimberly 28 and Kaukauna 17 on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
As our students become young adults and follow their own unique paths, they all still have one thing in common: the need for banking to keep up with the pace of their lives. Our online account opening and integrated mobile services are designed with that in mind. And a $200 bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account makes East Wisconsin Savings Bank perfect for the next step in life.
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Back here in Kaukauna, Joey D and Dick Napinski, Gary Bilowski, our camera guy here this evening, bringing you all the action. Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week, 28-17. Minute 15 left to play here in the 1st half. It's been wild.
Yeah, it has been wild. And we see Kaukauna coach Matt Binfeld kind of taking a look at the Kimberly kickoff team, making sure nothing weird is going to happen here that might give the Papermakers the ball back with a $1:15 left.
Yeah, that's an eternity so far in this game.
Yeah, and there's 2 timeouts left for the Ghosts, so they have an opportunity to get a big hitter here and get down the field.
Cam Zabel, the senior kicker, bounces it up to the 30-yard line. And hurdling the defenders there to the 37 maybe, and that's a lot of field to work with here for the Ghosts.
Garrett Graff got that bouncing football, and the first thing he did was look around to say, does somebody else want this? Seeing nobody there, he decided, well, I'm going to go for it.
So they'll start on their own 38 with a minute 10 left to play here in this 1st half.
Okay, 5 receiver set this time for the Ghosts.
Empty backfield. Sends a guy in motion. That's Natrop. Fakes it to him. And a sophomore quarterback just tripped over his own shoestrings that time, and Dorio fell down.
Turf monster got him.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going to go far anyway. Brady Fulser was waiting for him on that side. That play wouldn't have gained much regardless.
Does go down as a sack. He lost a yard. 2nd and 11. Inside, a minute left to play in this 1st half. On the 37-yard line. Again, empty backfield. 5 receivers to choose from. Do they send another one in motion? They do. It's Natrop again. Back to pass. Taps the football, and it's incomplete, but we do have a flag down. He was looking for Wyenberg. And Kimberly is acting like it's on them. I think they know it.
Yep, you see the linesman pointing to the referee. Yep, we had interference on Kimberly, but Kaukauna isn't going to want that one. They're going to want the football where it stands. But the clock does stop with 28 seconds here. That's a bonus for the Ghosts.
Yikes. Microphone on the the referee. Made a little noise there. Officially the 4th penalty, but it's 5 because one of them was turned down. But officially 4 on Kimberly, 3 on Kaukauna. More importantly for the Ghosts, it's up at the 44-yard line with 25 seconds left. Natrop takes it, and he is hammered. Tackle for loss, and Matt Binsfield wants a timeout to talk things over.
Yeah, Kaukauna tried that one a little bit just to see if the Papermakers defenders were all running back with the receivers, but a nice job by the defensive line of Kimberly holding that one off.
So it will be officially second down and 10. I don't believe they gave him any kind of gain on that one. I want to thank all of our sponsors all season long. How about Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, the Hawks Nest, Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management, and our big deals that we have coming up. Check that out on thescorewi.com. As we have 19 seconds left. Couldn't read the scoreboard there for a minute. 19 seconds left.
And a timeout, so
Yeah.
even if you get a big hitter down the field, you do have
Sure.
an opportunity to call that time.
See what Coach Binsfield drew up.
I think they're going to guard Carson Sipple a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Kimberly backs off. Now they're showing blitz. Bring a little pressure up the middle. Firing it, looking for Sipple. It is incomplete. Coming up in there, Stepanski was pulling the pressure.
Yeah, Dorio's mad at himself. He knew he overthrew the intended receiver. Could have gotten Sipple on the run there.
Instead, it is third down and 10 on the 44-yard line. With 14 seconds left to play here in this first half. Obviously, 4 downs, even if they don't get anything here, they'll keep going, I'm sure. Again, a blitz by Stepanski, and he finds Sipple this time, and he gets out of bounds at the 40. Not good for a first down just yet. So it will be fourth down. Clock stops with exactly 10 seconds left to play.
You've got a chance to get it downfield here. First of all, you've got to get the first down. Get the clock stopped at that point. If you can get out of bounds, all the better. But maybe 2 plays if you pick up the first down here.
4th and 6. 9 seconds left. Break the huddle. Here we go. Big fourth down here for Kaukauna. Trying to get on the scoreboard before the end of the first half. Dorio, again under pressure, has to step up. And down he goes. Big number 93, Sam McGivern. 6'2", 200-pound sophomore, tackling the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah. Second sack tonight for McGivern. Kimberly will get it with 2 seconds left.
So another turnover here on Kaukauna officially. 2 seconds left to play.
And we'll see if you're Kimberly. Do you just send everybody deep, throw it up there, and see if you can find something?
Wouldn't put it past Steve Jones to do that. Jones in his 11th season on the sidelines at Kimberly. Hard to believe it's been that long. Looks like they're going to go for it. Yeah, why not?
Well, you're in a scrap here. All the points you can gather in the first half, the better.
See what you can get here. From the 47-yard line, Pendleton finds Winnick and not going to be able to escape the 2 defenders on the far side at the 30-yard line, and that is how half number 1 comes to an end with your score. Kimberly 28 and Kaukauna 17. Immediate first thoughts here, Dick Napinski.
Well, we talked about it early in the first half when Kaukauna had those 3 opportunities early and only got 3 points out of it, that you knew Kimberly had the type of offense that they could score quickly and score in a lot of different ways. And you really wanted more than 3 points out of those 3 possessions, but that's what you had. Kaukana's fought back. It's just a matter, can they hold off the Kimberly offense? We've seen Oberman score 3 touchdowns, Barry run hard, pretty much being able to pass at will. Decken got that last touchdown on a pass. So trying to pick where you're going to prevent Kimberly from attacking makes it very difficult because they can come back at you in so many different ways.
Yeah, they jumped out to that 3-0 lead. 33-yard kick by Kyle Seafelt back in the first quarter. But then here come the Papermakers. Oberman with 3 touchdowns in this first half to extend the lead 28-17. We will take a break, hear from our sponsors, and then we will come back with second half action here. It is our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
At Myron Construction, relationships are at the core of everything we do. While our roots run deep in the Midwest, our reach has expanded nationally as we follow our clients across the country to bring their projects to life. In an ever-evolving industry that leans heavily on resourcefulness and hard work, our project teams take great pride in not only delivering successful projects, but in building lasting relationships with our clients and partners. Together, we are building excellence.
Back here in Kaukauna, it is halftime here on senior night. They are recognizing each member of the seniors of the band here this evening. I am Joey D alongside Dick Napinski, Gary Burleski, our video guy here this evening on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week. You see the score there, 28-17. Man, what a first half this has been here. As they really did. They went back and forth. Time to tell you about some of our sponsors, including, well, we got some big deals that are coming up, and these are really, really big deals. Hosting the biggest auction yet, Wednesday, October 27th. And it is your turn to bid on a Toro Titan zero-turn lawnmower with My Ride suspension. Sounds pretty fancy. From Evergreen Power, the home of the money-back guarantee. Your bid could win you this amazing lawnmower, valued at $6,800. The Big Deals auction with Toro and Evergreen Power. Count on us. Online bidding begins October 27th at 6 a.m. Winning bid awarded at 6 p.m. Head to thescorewi.com. Click on the Big Deals button for more information. Also, another one of our sponsors, rolling over your 401k, changing jobs, or planning retirement, Matt Vandenboom and Mike Verstegen can help. They are certified financial planners serving businesses and families in the Fox Cities. Contact Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management today, 560-5600, or online at vvwealth.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its affiliates. And, of course, all of our other premier sponsors, Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and the Hawk's Nest. All right, got the sponsors out of the way. It is almost time for the second half. Joey D and Dick Napinski here. And Dick, again, quick thoughts on that first half, man. It was crazy.
It was exciting. Everything you think of when you get a rivalry game between the neighboring towns here. And each of these teams going off to the playoffs, and you know that they want to get a nice springboard going into that. And Kaukauna gets the second half kickoff here, see if they can put a drive together. You could see Kimberly's defense had adjusted a little bit, accounting for Carson Sipple, actually daring the Ghost to say, okay, find another weapon to score with. Well, Noah Hoffman did that on a kickoff return, but offensively, the Ghosts are going to have to find a second option and so forth just to take the pressure off of what they're doing with double teaming Carson Sipple on the outside.
And both of these teams ranked in the latest polls from WizSports.net. Kimberly second in Division I behind Franklin, and Kaukauna seventh in Division II. Wanakee is number one there in Division II. And we head into the postseason starting next week, Dick. I still can't. We're one half away from postseason football.
That's right, and it all starts. And so tonight's going to be exciting. A lot of teams who are on the bubble are going to find out if you've got that 3-4 conference record. Boy, do you have enough through the criteria? Do your opponents' records match up high enough? All of those things to get you into the playoffs. Now that's the good news. The bad news is if you're 3-4 in a conference play, you're probably going to go to a number 1 seed and travel and play one of the top teams in that bracket. So all of that happening. But right here, we've got 24 minutes more football.
Yes, indeed. And we do have a lot of area teams. There's a couple that are still on the bubble, but a lot have already qualified, including both of these teams. And you can check the scorewi.com whenever the pairings do come out and see exactly where we will be and when. And a kickoff taken at the 23-yard line. Huffman trying to bust another one open, but he is stopped at their own 40-yard line. They will get it for the first time here in this half. 28-17 your score. Just underway here in the second half. Great crowd again here this evening. We mentioned senior night.
A lot of hats in the student section.
Yes,
it's cowboy night out there. Yep.
I was making my way through them to go get another water there at halftime. But I love student sections. I absolutely love student sections.
Weinberg at quarterback to start off here.
And maybe about a yard pickup. As they started on their own 40.
Yeah, we saw Weinberg a lot at receiver here. He's a good athlete. You want to get him on the field, do some things, but now he's at QB.
He's done it quite a bit now, the run pass option, and he decides to run it. Yeah, across the 45 to the 47-yard line, and a big third down upcoming here for the Galloping Ghosts.
Yeah, and that's what Weinberg can do for you. He's got more running ability than Dorio does. Can run that option, that run pass option, decide to turn it upfield himself.
Weinberg, almost 200 yards rushing on the season. This time to give to Natrop, and he is wrestled down at the ankles. Mason Stepanski got him. We've called that name a lot here tonight on defense for Kaukauna, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and that time Natrop, he made one cutback, but then he stopped and tried to make another one, and that's really tough to do because it allowed the Kimberly defense to flow right to him and hold him for a gain of 1.
Not sure that's exactly what Coach Binsfield drew up at half. Possible 3 and out here, but they are going for it. Here we go. 4th down and 2. Kaukauna faithful coming to their feet.
Yeah, Natrop ready to take a direct snap.
He takes it. Give to Hoffman around the left side and tackled from behind. They do not convert, and it's a turnover on downs to start the second half. Kimberly will get it inside Kaukauna territory.
And it was Mason Stepanski again getting inside the blocking, able to trip that up, slow up the play enough to allow the lineman to get over, finish off that play. And well designed by Kaukauna, but a great play by Stepanski.
Kimberly gets it for their first possession of this half, and they will start on the Kaukauna 48-yard line. And it's a big-time gamble because if you don't convert like that, you give them really good field position. That's what just happened. Here's Oberman. 3 touchdowns tonight, almost broke away for a 4th.
Yeah, Owen Moss prevented that 4th touchdown. Finally dragged him around. Oberman broke 2 tackles coming through the line, and he is running hard tonight.
35-yard line is where they will mark it. 1st and 10. 13-yard pickup, 13 more yards for Oberman. What a season he has had for this Kimberly attack, trying to stay undefeated. Looking like an undefeated team here tonight. Pendleton back to pass. Has a guy wide open. It's Polakowski. And he is pushed out of bounds, but again, moved the chains. Another first down for Kimberly, this time inside the red zone.
Once again, the Papermakers taking advantage of that soft coverage on the outside from the Ghosts. They're setting up, trying to prevent the home run play. Linebacker stepping in, trying to stop the run. Leaves it wide open for Polakowski. Just makes that little turn pattern in the flat. Easy pitch that time for Pendleton to get it out to him.
They'll mark it on the 19-yard line. Another first down. And again, trying to cash in on a Kaukauna turnover. They've done it a couple times, Kimberly has tonight. Pendleton takes the snap. Hand off again to Oberman. Runs into a crowd on the left side at the 15-yard line. A 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, you take a look at this Kimberly line. It's not only the line. You've got guys like Abe Coronado, who caught the pass in the first half at tight end. You've got Decant that comes from that H-back position. And so you have 7 blockers at the point of attack that opens things up for a running back.
And they've all done something tonight. It seems like we've called all their names.
We have. Well, that just shows the versatility of the Papermakers offense, that so many ways you can do that. And that's what great programs do. You know, if you're looking at Sun Prairie, Franklin, this team, they all can do those type of things.
Polakowski, the wide receiver, out to the right. Instead, to give to Oberman, finds some room on the right side, headed towards the pylon, and he's in. For the 4th time tonight, Oberman scores, this time on a 15-yard run. Wow. And again, a quick drive there. That didn't even take 2 minutes.
Yeah, and such great vision. He sees it, sees the linebacker, defensive back coming up, trying to bring it to the inside. We'll watch him come to the inside, make that commitment, then he'll break it outside and go around him with his speed.
That was all set up, too, by a couple of key pass plays there, because then that opens up everything. And the extra point is good. New score, 8:41 remaining here in the third quarter. Kimberly 35 and Kaukauna 17 on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
I'm Julia Clemmy. I'm a member relationship officer. When it comes to auto loans, I like to explain to the members how the process works so that they understand how to do electronic signing, how they're going to pick up the check, where the deposit is going to come from. I could put it into slower gear for a first-time borrower, put it into overdrive for a borrower that's borrowed many times, and they can have a check within the hour. We help make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Bringing it back here to Kaukauna. Beautiful Friday evening, last regular season game of the season. Glad to have you along all season long. I'm Joey D. Dick Napinski. Next to me, Gary Burleski, our camera guy. Kimberly's busted this one open, 35-17, and we were just talking there in the break, Dick, it's getting to uh-oh time for Kaukauna.
It is. It's a three-score game now. You have to find a way to put some points on the board, keep this one within shouting distance.
Bouncing along, picked up and hit right away. Still no whistle, though. Now they finally do blow it.
Well, you can see Kimberly learned its lesson off Noah Hoffman's 95-yard kickoff return in the first half. We've seen 3 kickoffs from the Papermakers, and they all have been dribblers here since then.
Let's see exactly where they spot this one. 8.5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. I think it'll be right on their own 30. But again, another quick strike. That took, not even 2 minutes. It took about 90 seconds off of the scoreboard. And they, again, convert and turn a turnover into 6 points. You cannot give this Kimberly football team second chances. They have really taken advantage tonight. Handoff for about a yard to the 31.
Yeah, Hoffman on the carry. First time we've seen the 2 running backs back there tonight with Dorio. A little bit different set, a little bit different option of the playbook. See Carson Sipple coming up, and it looks like he may have tweaked an ankle or a knee or something, because he's favoring one leg as he comes jogging off the field.
Dorio runs into play. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't see a trainer coming over to him, but he threw off his helmet in disgust. He's laying down on the bench.
I wonder if he cramped up a back or something like that, just the way he's laying on the bench right now.
I'm just surprised there's not a trainer or a coach going over. There's a player going over there to him. Another run. Another 1-yard gain. It'll be third down and long here for Kaukauna.
Trainer's looking at Sipple right now, but doesn't appear to be there. That looks like a cramp. Yep. And he's done a lot of running tonight. I don't care if you are a track guy. You go up and down the field a few times like he has tonight, being the big play threat for the Ghosts.
Came in there.
Those muscles are going to get weary.
Their leading scores, 6 rushing touchdowns, over 600 yards rushing. Added to that, had a couple exciting plays earlier.
Well, let's see who can step up for the Ghosts here.
Here we go, third down and long, little screen play, and it's incomplete. But we got a flag coming in. I think it's a late hit.
Yeah, I think somebody got a little aggressive on the Kimberly side. Threw in a little bit of a shove.
Dorio went down.
Yep, roughing the passer.
Oh, man, that's a big, big penalty, because instead of fourth down, it's going to be first down here and more yardage on a 5th Kimberly penalty of this game.
You know, and we've learned that in the NFL watching that too. Okay, where is the line? Where, after you get rid of the ball, it looked like Finley Dorio did his level best too to showcase for the referee some of his acting skills on that one. Not to say it wasn't a penalty, but you've got to sell it. You've got to make sure that you're out there and saying, hey, he got me here, and see if you can take it to an advantage for your team. And Dorio did so that time, but it was a penalty. That little shove wasn't necessary, and it was late.
Yep. Official was right there too. That's another thing. If you're going to do it,
don't do it in front of the ref there. Yeah.
Showing blitz, and they're coming up the middle, and they got him. Guess who?
Yeah.
Mason Stepanski. He'd been doing that all night long. Why don't you put somebody on number 1?
Well, he's been shooting the gap. The defensive lineman, Michael Dolliv at that time, also had beaten his block, came up, and Kaukauna thinking, okay, we're going to use that aggressiveness against them, run the draw play, let them run right by the running back, but a great pincer movement by those 2 Kimberly defenders, and threw it back for a loss of 6.
I think some of that, too, is having a sophomore quarterback. He's going to learn.
He's
going to spot that and then either step back and either change the play or act like you're changing the play.
Yep.
Make that linebacker back off. He is nailed again, Dorio is, but this one is complete. On the far sideline into Kimberly territory. Dorio comes up a little slow, but a good connection up to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Kaukauna.
We talked about using Kimberly's aggressiveness on defense against him. Screenplay is one way you do that. You come back up, you throw it over the top. That play was right on the edge of peril all the way through. Dorio just barely got rid of it. Weinberg barely caught it. He almost got tackled right away, but great job by Garrett escaping the tackle and turning it upfield, getting into Papermaker territory.
Finley is still walking kind of slow. Got the air knocked out of him, no doubt about it. Huffman alone setback. 2 receivers to the far, 2 to the near. Back to passes, Dorio steps up, and he threw it right to the opponent. Running it back, just one guy to beat. And it is Stepanski. A 60-yard interception, a pick 6 for the Makers.
Oh, and he was just sitting on that pattern as well, trying to get across to Hoffman. Noah was there, but Stepanski read that play right away, saw the opening, trying to get the pass there, and just ran it all the way back. At that point, Finley Dorio was the only guy who could catch him, and Stepanski just had too much speed.
And Dorio just got the air knocked out of him, too. There's no way he was going to catch him. So Kimberly adds to their lead. 5.5 minutes left to play. Extra point is good. New score, 5:34 remaining. Kimberly 42, Kaukauna 17. Back after this.
As our students become young adults and follow their own unique path, they all still have one thing in common: the need for banking to keep up with the pace of their lives. Our online account opening and integrated mobile services are designed with that in mind. And a $200 bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account makes East Wisconsin Savings Bank perfect for the next step in life.
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Back here in Kaukauna, the home team a little quiet here in the second half. Back-to-back scores by Kimberly, one on an Oberman 15-yard run, his 4th score of the night, and then a pick 6 by Mason Stepanski, and it's 42-17.
Yeah, 28 straight points by the Papermakers, and we were talking during the break here a little bit too. Kaukauna line has held up fairly well. But, boy, against this Kimberly line, it is tough for 4 quarters. They have you outsized. They are skilled players. You have to do everything right, playing both the offensive and defensive lines if you're Kaukauna to stand up to the Papermakers. And it starts to wear down a little bit about this point of the game.
So Kaukauna will get it back. Taking on the 12. Here comes Huffman. Ran one back earlier. And a good open field tackle. Ben Meza got him on special teams.
And if you're Kimberly, that's what you want Hoffman to do. You want him running east-west across the field, because we saw when he was most effective, he hits the hole fast and just uses his speed. Make him shift and go side to side, have a better chance of pulling him down.
So for the 3rd time in this half, we've only played just over 6 minutes. Kaukauna gets the football for the 3rd time already. First time a turnover on downs, then the pick 6, and now they get it back on their own 38-yard line.
back in the game, too.
Okay. And a pass thrown wide of the intended receiver, which was Weinberg. He's second down and 10.
Yeah, Jackson Wild's out there too on defense. And Kaukauna ran 2 people out into the flat, but it almost looked like Natrop was standing between Dorio and Weinberg as he ran his pattern out into the flat. Suddenly, you saw Finley had to double clutch that throw, and it threw off the timing.
We'll see how Kaukauna reacts to the Kimberly scoring drives. And again, Dorio this time firing and finding a sliding out of bounds Jacob Brockman. First time we've called him here this evening. The senior, it lists him as 6 feet 18 inches. Just says 6 feet 18.
So he's 7 feet 6.
I just looked down at the roster. That's funny.
There's a lot of names and numbers to put out there. You get almost all of them right, and we find the one that isn't.
Or 18
6
pounds.
feet tall, 18 pounds.
18 pounds.
Get him on some protein shakes.
Look good on the sliding catch there. This one is incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage that time by the Papermakers. They had everyone blanketed. Dorio had plenty of time, only a 3-man rush out of Kimberly that time, but could find absolutely nobody open.
Josh Fraser knocked him down, 6'3", 185-pound senior in the coverage for the Makers. Clock stops with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Again, on a beautiful night here in Kaukauna. Glad that you could join us. Still a lot of football to be played. I guess I'm the ever optimist, but they're in, as we said earlier, territory. They got to get something going here, and Dorio does not. Down he goes. He is sacked again.
McGivern
again. It's been the Stepanski and McGivern show tonight here for Kimberly.
Yeah, he came in with no sacks this year. I believe he has 3 tonight.
Back on the 40-yard line. And they say out of bounds, so 5:03. And it will be third down and long. 17 is what they listed as. Got to get up to the Kimberly 43. And they'll shift the offense just a little bit here. Empty backfield for Dorio. Plenty of receivers to choose from. He's got to get the blocking up front. He scrambles, trips, and falls again. He's done that a couple of times here this evening. The turf monster got him. Might have got a yard back to the 40-yard line, but it's fourth down, and here comes the punt team.
Yeah, you're trying to cut back. You're looking downfield. You're a little tired from running so far in this game, and you just take that misstep and catch the toe of your cleat on this turf. And the field turf, there's good grip all the time, even if you don't put down your cleats and catch it with the toe.
Mm-hmm. And so Kimberly will.
We actually haven't seen a lot of punts tonight.
No, we have not.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Looking at the flags are blowing right to left. There's a good wind whipping up, actually. That one goes off to the left. Caught by one of the players on the sideline for Kimberly.
Yeah, just about right. We knew they predicted the wind would be picking up around 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight.
It really has. I mean, the flags are really starting to wave. So let's see here. Their own 30 is where they will start with 4:13 on the clock. Be sure to tune in after the game. AM 1570, 95.3 FM The Score. Football Friday nights, final one of the regular season. As we head on into postseason play. And Kimberly looking good doing it. In control of this one. They get the ball back. Oberman fighting his way, still on his feet. Man, he's been doing that all night, all season long. Hard fought 8 yards for Oberman. It'll be second down and short.
Yeah, and when you watch Colin run, the thing that really impresses you is how quick his feet move. He's got great speed, but he's got the quickness in the hole to take that little stutter step and bounce to the outside, to step inside a tackle and so forth. Often a normal high school running back maybe get 2 or 3 yards out of that play, and we see Oberman picks up 8.
If you're Kimberly, do you even pass even one more time in this game? Just Ground.
Well, if you can do it, you just keep moving the ball forward on the ground.
Kaukauna showing some pressure from the right side. It is picked up well by one of the big linemen and might have been picked up too well. That's coming holding. That's coming back.
Yeah, that's when and usually tell the lineman standing with his hands on the hips like, oh, they got me. Okay.
I got him for 7 penalties now. See the official call. Won't be able to hear it though because something happened at halftime to the old PA system here. So that's why you're not hearing anything come over the PA system.
No.
Oh, it's going on. It's going on Kaukauna? Did he just call it on the wrong side?
No, they're calling against Kaukauna.
A chop block?
Apparently somebody.
A chop block on Kaukauna?
On defense. Well, apparently they.
Okay,
wow,
never mind.
Interesting that one of the ghost defenders must have dove at somebody's knees at that point.
Usually when that guy in the white hat throws it in that position, it's usually a hold,
It's
right?
almost always holding. Well, okay, we learn something every time.
Okay. 4th penalty on Kaukauna. Pendleton throwing it. What do I know? That's why I'm up here. Oh, he had Winnick. Winnick had to go through his hands. Oh, boy. Trying to hit him in stride there, and Winnick just missed it.
Yeah, Lucas Elray on the defense, and that's one of those things. You see the ball going up, and if you're Elray, you're saying, yeah, you're going to drop it. You're going to drop it. You drop it as you run up to him, because Winnick did have a step, and it was just a matter of getting, it was just a matter of getting the ball there.
And again, what does the announcer know? I'm up here saying run, and they throw the football the very next play. Stops the clock, 3:08. Handoff, Barry, and I don't think he got enough for the first down. Up to the 41-yard line, and we got a whistle and an injured player.
Yeah, they'll check him out, and and Barry is a bit of a different runner. He's got great speed as well, but you see him hit that hole, and there's no dancing in the hole whatsoever. He's going straight forward. That's where he's aiming.
And so it gives us time to, let's see here, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's talk about the big deals that is coming up. Win yourself a lawnmower. Big Deals hosting the biggest auction yet. It's Wednesday, October 27th, coming up fast. Putting on the auction block, Toro Titan zero-turn lawnmower with My Ride suspension from Evergreen Power, the home of the money-back guarantee. Your bid could win you this amazing lawnmower valued at $6,800. The auction with Toro and Evergreen Power, count on us. Online bidding begins October 27th at 6 a.m. with the winning bid awarded at 6 p.m. Head to thescorewi.com and click on the Big Deals button for more information.
You can bid on that, practice on the leaves before next growing season.
There you go. Sounds like a fancy machine. $6,800. Injured player is Brandon Van Asten. Van Asten, 6'2", 180-pound senior.
Yeah, and you hate to see that. He's being helped off.
Yep.
Not putting any pressure on that right leg.
So after all that, it's going to be 3rd down and 2 on the 41-yard line as Barry was unable to jump across and get the first down. High snap. Oberman gets it, and he gets a first down. He does run out of bounds. We'll move the chains again for this Kimberly offense.
Yeah, Oberman's just tough to tackle. We saw it again right there.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, defensive back came up. I think that was Owen Moss came up and hit him, textbook hit. And Oberman just bounces off him, takes it to the outside, picks up the first down.
Hey, I think they fixed the PA system. I just heard the guy. All right. Well, that's good. Something happened at halftime. Music was really, really loud, and then it sounded like the speakers broke. Pendleton fires it across, and another first down to the 25-yard line.
That was Winnick.
Winnick again. Kind of hard to see from, it's about as far away as you could be from us. So 1st and 10 now on the 25-yard line, and wind the clock with 2.5 to go. Kimberly trying to score again. Remember when they were down 3-0?
And down 17-14 as well.
Yeah, that's right. Pass is hauled in by Polakowski inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Makers. They're knocking on the door again.
Yeah, and what's impressive about these receivers, they are big targets. They're Polakowski and Winnick, both 6'3". They can get out there and set up. You can throw the ball high to them. You can throw it out on their reach a little bit. And I don't know if we've got another injury out here.
Yeah, officials timeout running off.
Yeah, Noah Ritzky
yeah, okay.
coming off.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah.
This Kaukauna team's pretty young. They got a bright future.
They've got
Just
a lot
little
of good
more
players.
experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you've got people like Sipple and so forth in the senior class, but boy, some good-looking sophomores in this bunch.
Approaching the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal on the 6. The give to Barry, and he does not get in. Down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal there for Blake Barry and the Makers.
Yeah, Jason Schifford, another sophomore, in at safety right now. Read that play well. He just couldn't make the tackle. And that's, he put on a little weight, a little experience. He'll be able to do that in future years.
What do you think? Get Oberman in there for the 5th time. What do you think? Wouldn't that be something? It's been a while since I've seen a
they've
single player get 5.
Yeah, they've got Barry in
it's
there
still
right
Barry.
now, running back. Yep.
From the 2. 2nd and goal. The give to Barry, and he walks right in. Another score for Kimberly, and they extend their lead on a 2-yard touchdown run by Blake Barry.
And again, just so many weapons. If you're the defense for any opponent, trying to find enough of your talented bodies to stop the weapons of Kimberly is really, really tough. And because the running game is so effective, the receivers are big. Pendleton being back in the starting lineup means a lot to this team. And that's why they've been so successful.
Barry's 12th touchdown run of the year, and the kick is good. New score, 1:21 remaining. It is Kimberly 49 and Kaukauna 17. Back after this.
My name is Mike Pastorelli, and I am the auto buying specialist for Fox Communities Credit Union. I just really enjoy helping people and make sure that they get the best bang for their dollar when they walk into a car lot. I've met members at car dealerships and helped them sit down with the salesperson, whatever you need me to do. It's exciting. Buying a new car, getting it home for the first time. They know that they got the most car for the monthly payment that they wanted to spend. We help make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
As the music starts to play again here after they fix things there in the PA booth. I'm still standing.
Yeah, they're still standing.
They're still standing.
You know, we talked about this back in the first quarter. Emotion can carry you so far in the beginning of a game, Joey, but as the game plays through against a talented team, you still have to execute if you want to hang into it. And you can tell that emotional wave is gone now for Kaukauna. They have to start to execute to boost themselves up to get ready for the playoffs that start next week.
One point they were down 17-14 after a big 95-yard run back for a touchdown by Kaukauna. It's been all Kimberly since then, though. Run back by Natrop. Decent run back. So they get it for the 4th time in this quarter. See what they can do with it. That last drive, 70-yard drive, took about 3 minutes off of the clock, and they add to their lead 49-17. And with 1:15 left, Kaukauna gets it back on their own 43.
It looks like Weinberg is going to come in and go back to quarterback.
Decent run back by Natrop, though. There's no quitting these guys, tell you that. There's still a lot of football to be played. I can't say that enough. I've seen some wild comebacks in my broadcasting career. 1-yard run, I believe that was Natrop.
Yep, picks up a couple.
Up to the 45-yard line, 2nd down and 8 there. Inside a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. And it is Weinberg running in the play now.
Yeah, if you've got Weinberg and Dorio, you've got some interesting decisions as a coaching staff for future years. How do you use these two good athletes, each of whom have played quarterback? And you can mix them up a little bit.
Quick toss to Nate Trop, and he is wrapped up right away. Kimberly sniffed that one out. There are 5 white jerseys waiting for him. Down he goes. It's going to be 3rd down and long.
You know, see Josh Frazier in there, Stepanski helping out a little bit.
Who?
This guy we've mentioned a couple times tonight, Mason Stepanski.
What a night for him.
Yeah.
And they're just going to let this one wind down. We are going to head to quarter number 4. Your score, Kimberly 49 and Kaukauna 17. It is the Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
After tonight's game, get the gang over to the Hawks Nest for some wings and pizza. The new Anytime menu is available 6 a.m. to close. Be sure to try their delicious Friday night fish fry. Oh, and there's free breakfast every Saturday morning, 8 to 11. Check out the newly renovated Riverside patio and stage with live music weekly with local and national acts. And a private dock for all you boaters. The Hawks Nest, 1621 West Main Street in Little Chute.
All right, that was a quick jump around. They flew right through that one. Start quarter number 4 on an incomplete pass.
Yeah, trying to go to Nolan Hall that time down the sideline didn't quite work.
So it's 4th down, and looks like the punt team is coming on for Kaukauna, and Kimberly will get it back, and this is where we mention it for the first time. Should they score again, we'll have the old running clock. And who'd have thought we'd have said that midway through the 2nd quarter when they were losing 17-14. Yep. And now we're talking about a possible running clock, Dick.
It is, and that's just what Kimberly can do with you. They can just wear you down and so forth. Big thing for both these teams. You want to make sure, keep everybody healthy heading into the playoffs next week.
Yes. Got to start thinking about that. Booming punt. Fair catch is called by Jackson Wilds. And so it will be Kimberly football on our own 22. Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Joey D. and Dick Napinski. Gary Bileski, our video guy here this evening. Glad that you could join us.
And we're starting to see some of, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, starting to see some of the reserves coming in now.
Oh, this is where we earn our money, partner.
Yep. Seth Myron in at quarterback.
Okay.
The guy who started last week in place of Pendleton.
Myron hands the ball off left side. Matthew Lamers is in now as the running back. 6 foot, 170-pound junior.
Or was. He comes out now.
Well, okay then. That's the fun part of broadcasting, trying to keep up with all the changes.
Yeah, thank goodness for field turf. Remember the old days you had mud-covered jerseys and you figured out who the heck is that, an 8 or a 6 or a 3?
Myron again, the quarterback, sends a guy in motion. Handoff this time to the right side, going up the hash marks. And a new running back, I believe, Braden
Plew. Yep, Braden Plew.
Plow. They say Plow or Plew? P-L-E-A-U. He's a 5'11", 172-pound junior is what he's listed as. Guy's getting some good playing time here. That's, I think, really a key to this Kimberly football program, too, is these guys, they're the stars of tomorrow. You know, they get playing time as younger guys and turn in to the starters.
Well, you want to see, you know, as they always say, you're one injury away from being a big-time guy here. And we're seeing the running back by committee with Lamers getting the call again.
Lamers back in.
And yeah, it's going to be reserves the rest of the way here. 32-point lead again. You have to start thinking about the playoffs. Keep everybody healthy in your starting lineups.
Exactly. Myron, by the way, 6'4", 176 pounds, so he's a big fellow as well. Only a junior.
Kimberly has a history of big guys as quarterbacks. You don't see a lot of 5'9" quarterbacks here for the Papermakers. Oh, there goes Plough.
And he takes it up near midfield, and it's another first down. They're calling him Plow.
Well, maybe they're we could be wrong. We have been wrong before.
No. We'll call him Plow.
But this is where the coaches also get to do a lot of coaching.
Oh, sure.
You see the defensive coaches, okay, I need you to come in this way against the blocker, not that way. And just to get your footwork right. All these guys, they play JV ball and get away with some things there you can't get away with on the varsity field.
First and 10 on the 47-yard line. Iron hands the ball off and straight up the middle, almost breaking away again was Lamers, I believe. So they go in and out with the different running backs. And again, another first down, though, this time into Kaukauna territory on the 43-yard line. First and 10, clock runs with almost 9 minutes left to play in this one. So do you show anything here? You just hey, let's just hand the ball off.
Well, first of all, you want
are you really running plays at this point?
You run plays that are within the player's capabilities. We're not going to get real fancy on this. And at this point of the game, you're, again, simply running forward. Just get your lineman, tell the lineman, hold your blocks, open up holes for the guys. Let's not get too complex here and just make it easy. You see Kaukauna running in new guys as well defensively, trying to get everybody some time here on the varsity field on senior night.
I made history when I was in high school on senior night.
Oh, yeah?
The only senior not to get to play.
Oh.
He forgot about me.
Forgot about you.
I was one of those guys. I was just kind of a roster filler.
Yeah.
And I worked my butt off.
Yeah.
And I even reminded him at halftime, am I going to get in? You know, my mom's here from St. Louis. And
Yeah.
I didn't get in the game. And he apologized to me at the sports banquet, which didn't make it any better. But
Well, there you go, yeah. Just like,
it's one of my high school memories.
yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah. We're saving you for the playoffs, Joey. Oh, we're not going this year. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, this is the time of the game where we come, you know, we just kind of talk about stories and let you watch the game.
Yeah.
First and 10 on the 30. Clock runs 7:45 remaining.
Yeah, you can tell we're getting to the point of the game. Just heard the $1 hot dog announcement over the PA.
Oh, yeah.
Finish those off.
Making me hungry. Myron in at quarterback. And a handoff once again to Plow. Yep, to the 26. See if they can punch it in here. This will feel real good for the reserves if they can march down the field like this. Remember, they started on their own 22-yard line. And this is the most sustained drive of the night.
Yeah.
Seems like all the scoring drives for Kimberly have been, boom, just like that.
They have been. And, again, that's a credit to their attack, the variable offense, the number of weapons they have out there that they can hit you with.
Second and about 6. Gang tackle. Did he get enough for the first down? I don't think he did. So he third and about 1.5 yards or 2.
Yeah, Jack Scott in there, another sophomore. He made a nice tackle, got into the ball carrier early, and then teammates helped him out.
Who's coming in here for the Makers? They're doing a lot of shuffling in and out.
Well, they've got a lot of guys. That's Nathan Wilds. He's a sophomore. Big kid, 6'4" tight end.
They feed them well there in Kimberly, don't they?
Well, they weight train them well, too.
Oh, yeah.
Great facility over there at that school.
And to give again to Plow, and he's got a first down inside the red zone up to the 16-yard line. Again, they started this drive on their own 22 to start the fourth quarter. I mean, this is, we're looking almost 6-minute drive now. As we're halfway through this fourth quarter.
Well, it's all runs. The time moves pretty quickly. It's not quite a running clock, but it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. And so it's first and 10 on the 16-yard line. Myron taking his time. And off again and walking into the end zone, a 16-yard touchdown run. Matthew Lamers with the score. Kimberly adds to their lead.
And just very straightforward, second team against second team on that particular drive. Looks like we'll even have the second team kicker coming in for this one.
5.5 minutes left to play. We do head into that running clock situation, which we'll tell you about that after the break. Extra point is up, and it is good.
By number 6, who's not on our roster.
Well, all right then. 6. Yeah, I don't have a 6 either. New score, 5.5 to go. Kimberly 56 and Kaukauna 17. Back for the end of this one after this.
What is the mark of a true builder? At Myron Construction, we believe it's in the details. It's the strong sense of commitment to the people and places in which we work. The more than 100 years of experience we bring to every project site. It's our labor force, 1,200 strong. Our investment in cutting-edge equipment and technology. And our commitment to exceeding expectations. Most of all, it's our passion for bringing dreams to life. This is building excellence.
Another score by Kimberly, 56-17. 5.5 minutes remaining here. Joey D and Dick Napinski, Gary Bileski on camera here this evening. Doing a great job. A little squib kick once again. And that is picked up there by Max Kruger. And Kaukauna will start with pretty good field position here. But again, the clock continues to run except on touchdowns, timeouts, and injuries after a team leads by 35 in the second half.
So, first of all, if you're a coach now, either team, you count, make sure you've got enough bodies out there, because when you start substituting that much, suddenly guys end up, and Max Krieger looks like he's going to come in and play a little quarterback here.
Start on their own 45. About 5 minutes left to play.
Krieger Jr., seen him at wide receiver tonight.
And he will keep it himself, and he is wrapped up and taken down hard. Connor Schiesel, 6'2", 183-pound junior is what he's listed as, and he read that play, a loss of 1. Another sack for this Kimberly defense.
Yeah, and coaches here are seeing who can execute, who can come in and make some plays just to help out the team. You know, if you play well here, you may see a few extra minutes during a varsity game, especially as playoff time comes and JV season is done.
Max walking into the huddle. Clock lines with 4 minutes left. Might this be a situation, though? Hey, you know the clock's not going to stop. Why don't you just try throwing it a little bit, you know? Usually the clock would stop on an incomplete pass, but it doesn't in this situation. And another wrap up in the backfield. No gain. Be third down and 11. Getting the carry there.
Connor Kinchlow.
Connor Kinchlow. Even the PA guy was like, who's that?
Yeah, another sophomore.
Can't reference this enough. At one point, they were down 17-14, and that was midway through the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They've just exploded since then. Offense, defense, special teams, getting it all done.
Well, you mentioned it too. The defense put the offense in some great positions, and the offense executed when they got the ball back.
There is another sack for this Kimberly defense. Down he goes.
Ike Mishka in there.
Ike Mishka. That's got to feel good. 6'2", almost 200-pound senior. I haven't been keeping the stats, but they got to have 6, 7, 8 sacks.
They have, yeah. And a lot of these, Krieger looks like these are intended runs all the way through. And, they're just pushing the ball forward. And here on 4th and 12, might as well go for it.
Yep. Here we go, 4th and 12 on their own 43-yard line. Rolling right, directing traffic, jumping up and grabbing it in midair, the big tight end, Quinn Buckinger. But it's not going to be enough for a first down and another turnover on downs. We've seen that a lot tonight, too, from Kaukauna.
That's a nice grab by Quinn, though. He
was
was in traffic, leaped up, pulled it down, and turned it upfield. He's only a junior, so again, you may see him during the playoff run for the Ghosts, and certainly next year.
So Kimberly gets it back. That will be on their own 47. Was there? Nope, it wasn't a timeout. 90 seconds left to play. We'll see how many plays they can get off and what they do. You just kneel it a couple times?
You're just going to go straight forward on this. This is not going to be.
You don't want to kneel?
You might. And so let's see how they. Yep, you can see they've got.
It would only take 2 kneel downs.
They've got victory formation in right now.
And again, can't stress. Playoffs next week. So
playoffs next week.
We could see some free if they do run a play. You don't want to see it, but it could happen. So just kneel her down.
Now this is Carson Pendleton, who's in at quarterback, the sophomore.
All right.
A couple other guys come in. Yeah. Mention them. Connor Bell comes in at running back. You got Eli Perutka way back standing there, then victory formation.
And that is going to do it. Both teams jogging off of the field. And your final score in this one, Kimberly stays undefeated with the victory here tonight by a score of 56-17. Dick Kempinski, some final thoughts from you?
Well, you take a look at this, and you mentioned it was a 17-14 Kaukauna lead midway through the second quarter after that run back by Noah Hoffman of 95 yards. But Kimberly just settled in. Once the emotion was gone in this game and you had to execute both sides of the ball, it was Kimberly who came forward. Again, defense did a great job of setting up the offense, and the offense executed. And Kimberly set themselves up well to head into next week, and I think that's what Steve Jones wants. Set yourself up well to start the playoff run next week.
Colin Oberman, 4 touchdowns for him here this evening. Can't say enough about his play. He had a heck of a night.
He had a heck of a night, and you put him together in that offensive backfield with Blake Berry. 2 different style runners, but both very effective, both have speed, and then you've got Caleb Pendleton at quarterback back there again, starting very effective tonight. The wide receivers, Winnick and Polakowski. It just makes for a very formidable offense in your basic sets. And we're not even talking about guys like Coronado and Decant on the little gadget plays that can pick you up something when the defense isn't expecting it.
Yeah, I know Kaukauna lost this one in disappointing fashion, but they got a chance to make a splash in the playoffs, don't they?
Well, that's the reason why you're second or third ranked in state, depending which poll you believe. But it's, you take a look coming into the playoffs. You have Franklin, Sun Prairie, Kimberly are probably the 3 leading teams in Division I as you look at the playoff lineup, and none of those 3 teams are any surprise where they're at right now.
Nothing to hang your hat if you're Kaukauna, though, and they will go into the playoffs after this loss here. But a lot that they can take away, and I'm sure they will find out on tape and this upcoming week. It's going to be interesting. Got playoffs right around the corner.
Yep, and we'll get those announcements. Kaukauna probably going Division II But you'll take a look at that when they get all the 32 teams in each division and set those up according to enrollment. Again, it's not where you are for basketball or anything else. It's the top 32 enrollment, go to Division 1, next 32 Division 2, and so on down the line.
Well, that's got to be the message from Coach Binsfield tonight is, hey, this ain't the end of the world, all right?
No.
Hey, second season. Everybody's 0-0 next week.
Yep, we're coming in. We're 6-3. We've got a winning program here. I want you guys to carry yourself as winners. We're going to put in a lot of hard work. Hopefully we'll get a home playoff game next week to start things off, and we're going to work hard and come back and go for another win.
What a crowd here this evening. On hand for this one as Kimberly wins at 56-17. Thank you to all of our sponsors: Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, the Hawk's Nest, and also rolling over your 401k, changing jobs, or planning retirement. Matt Vandenboom and Mike Verstegen can help. They're certified financial planners serving businesses and families in the Fox Cities. Contact Vandenboom Verstegen Wealth Management today, 560-5600, online at vvwealth.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its affiliates. And don't forget about the big deals auction that is coming up. You can win yourself a Toro Titan zero-turn lawnmower with My Ride suspension from Evergreen Power, the home of the money-back guarantee. Your bid could win you this amazing lawnmower valued at $6,800. The big deals auction with Toro and Evergreen Power. Count on us. Online bidding begins October 27th at 6 a.m. Winning bid awarded at 6 p.m. Head to The Score WI and click on the Big Deals button for more information. All right, that is going to do it for us here in Kaukauna, and that's going to do it for the regular season. Unbelievable. Be sure to tune in to The Score as after this game, after the games tonight, you can hear us talking about football from all across the state of Wisconsin. Football Friday night, and that starts at 9:30. I don't even look to see what time it is. It should start like right about now. So check that out, AM 1570, The Score, and 95.3 FM as well. For my broadcast partners here tonight, Gary Bileski on the video, Dick Napinski. I am Joey D bidding you farewell from Kaukauna. Your final score once again, Kimberly undefeated, headed into the postseason. A 56-17 winner tonight over Kaukauna. This has been a presentation of Woodward Communications.